Did you press the button?
I pressed the button and nobody noticed.
Pressed it, don't you? You pressed the button.
I pressed the button.
I touched the button.
I'm usually the only one that does notice when you do it.
I touched the button. The button is mine. I claim the button for myself.
You can try. It's right here
I
on
also
my desk.
touched the butt.
I mean,
Can I like Fran Fine the button, you know, and you're Mr. Sheffield? I wear like a very, very fashionable but skimpy outfit, and I come and I sit and I hop up on the edge of your desk, inadvertently sitting on the button and crossing my beautiful legs.
Sure, you can be my nanny.
Mr. Sheffield! Wow, I wish I would clear up.
Anyway, welcome to session 105 of Mistwalkers. And the ridiculousness continues. Our first sponsor for tonight is Canadian Dice. You can go to canadiandice.ca, use the code THEVECTAIR, all one word at checkout, for 15% off of your order. Maggie, what is your dice pick of the week?
Mushrooms. Do you want to know why?
Why is it mushrooms?
I'm really glad that you didn't want to know why, because guess what? It's fall slap.
Spice.
My butt actually grows a little bit because I start doing more squats in the fall. Because I'm picking up a lot of pumpkins.
But also mushrooms grow. They're really cute. They're like clear resin, and they have little mushroom charms in them.
Yep. They're very, like Mario mushrooms, not...
Yeah, we
Not like
have
woodland.
a very, like, queer and queer adjacent audience, and they're... Besides frogs, queer people love mushrooms, so...
Yeah, it's like a given.
It's like...
Is that facts?
It's neurospicy, too.
Mushrooms are cool.
Mushrooms are
They're so cool. I love the sound they make when you hook up. There's like a thing. I forget what it's called when you the
thing that like rings
the electromagnetic waves.
I thought you were just talking about like booping a puffball.
Yeah, that's great
like
too. Oh my god, fried puffball is so fucking good.
So
made such good. I made it. Yeah, when my friend. Yeah, it was delicious.
We're also excited to be partnering with Monument Studios for their Kickstarter. Fantasy Plus, it's the future of tabletop audio. They have over 5,000 media files that are content creator friendly and royalty free that can be used for streams like this, as we are doing right now. All the music that you are hearing during play today will be from Monument Studios' Occult album. The Kickstarter is ending on the 20th, and they are almost 450% funded. So they've basically hit all of their stretch goals. Go and sign up if you haven't already at tinyurl.com/vacpack-fantasy plus. And, just support a really cool brother duo that put all this together. Do the thing. Spooktober is a thing that is happening in 14 days.
2 weeks.
Yeah, not long.
14 days.
I hope you're ready.
Want to play? I'm not. I'm never ready. If you want to play, you need to let Artemis know.
That's
We've got
me.
a couple seats still available. Signups will end this Saturday at noon. So do the thing if you want to play. And if not, well, fuck you then.
It's for charity.
It's for charity. It's for the Extra Life charity. So you're doing a good thing while rolling dice.
You're keeping kids entertained and stuff while they're doing health.
Yeah. This Friday, Fixious Titans will not be here. I'm going on vacation. So...
How dare you?
Right? What the fuck?
Dare I?
It wasn't even for a cult. Actually, never mind.
It is kind of culty.
It's kind of a culty.
Yeah.
It's kind of culty.
I'm going to Disney World, so I'm not going to be here. But the ladies and NBs are looking to do a one-shot, probably around 8:30, if all goes well. I think you're looking at Crash Pandas. And so yeah, just tune in and watch some raccoons steal cars. Saturday, we also have Backpacker's Guide to TPTRPGs at 7. You're talking this week about the new Player's Handbook and some of the changes that are in there.
Yeah, that's going to be most of it, and whatever else we feel like talking about, but mostly the Player's Handbook.
Cool. And as I said, I am going on vacation, so there will be no Mistwalkers next week because I won't be here and stuff.
Rude.
Look,
How dare you not figure out how to play from your hotel in Florida?
Yeah,
I'm
rude.
not even
The
gonna be
audacity.
in the hotel. I will be at a park.
Okay, how dare you not play from a
Drinking
park in
wine.
Florida?
I don't drink, but yes.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Eating food,
Yes.
drinking
There will be
food.
Much
Drinking
deliciousness.
food, eating
You
drinks.
better have all the Dole Whip for me because I won't be there, and I'm
What?
sad about it.
Dole Whip.
Dole Whip, it's
It's
so
Dole Whip.
good.
Pineapple ice cream.
Pineapple ice cream.
It's
It's
so good.
Okay, all I hear
It's
is Dole.
really good.
Pineapple cup. Pineapples. That's what I'm hearing.
No, it's
pineapple
like
ice
soft
cream.
serve pineapple ice cream.
Okay,
And
that's better. Never mind.
yeah,
Okay,
it's really,
All
really
right.
good. And you can get it with
I
the pineapple
heard
juice.
Dole Whip, and I was
It's
like,
like a
"Ugh."
float.
Yeah, it's really good.
So good. Anyway, that's it. Other than podcasts, but you know that. And if you don't, well, fuck. Where we last left off, the walkers have vacated the Undercity of Ravalis and have quite a few bleed items to return to the lighthouse. As they know, these bleed items are the anchors of some of the people who have arrived here. Unfortunately, you haven't found your own.
Mm.
Eli did, kind of.
Eli found yours, yes. You did find your specific anchor, but to the rest of you, yours is still out there somewhere. The place that you left, as you were leaving, the last one up the rope, I believe, was Athelstan?
Yep.
Yep. And you left with the sounds of squawking and hissing and chittering, and then what you know to be death. The death rattles of those strange crouches.
I hate that they're called that.
So do I, but it works.
They encroached upon our game, so. Well, we encroached on their territory, so.
Irish crouches. The creature that you saw, just barely, was some 15, 20 feet tall. As it moved just beyond the shadows. You can only guess because you saw the hand move through the light as it chased after one of the decapitated heads of the crouches. Now, party, you find your way walking back to Ravalis. Or not Ravalis, sorry. The
Wow.
city proper of Brükensheer. I need one of you, or all of you, if you like, to make me a move roll. Your guide is not here. And you need to figure out how to get back to the lighthouse.
Try.
I have
No.
no movement, so like.
I don't
I
think
have
I
2
do.
in move.
I rolled a 6.
Okay. Anybody
Nice.
else doing a move?
I forgot
I
to
rolled
open
a
my
6.
character sheet.
Do-
I
do
don't
we
think I
have
have
to?
moved though.
I got a 6 on my gilded die.
Okay. Did you use any nerve drive?
Yes.
Okay, you
Not,
can take one
like,
of those back.
I think 2 sessions ago.
Yep. If you still have the empty spot, you can take one of them back then.
I have
Alright.
0 move. I don't want to do it.
Mm-mm.
I got a 6 as well.
Now, are you implying that if we don't move, that we get left behind?
No.
Or fall in a hole?
No,
Okay.
I'm not implying anything.
Uh-huh. Okay. Anyway.
Oh, hey. At least Athelstan and Atlas will be together.
Oh yeah, I'd rather us two be yeah.
Yeah, that's separate because Athelstan's used to being left behind.
Ooh! Ow!
Because you have all the trauma, like when we got in that hag fight.
Literally every time he gets left behind or he succeeds on his charisma saving throw for whatever the fuck, and he's the only one, and it's awful. Anyway.
Yep. I mean, with the party, every time we get into a fight, Razira's the one stun locked for the entire combat, so.
It's okay.
Yep. Imagine being trapped in your own body.
Anyway, I'll say with 2 soldier types rolling 6s, as well as a journalist who would know their way around generally, you are able to begin making your way back. It's getting dark outside, and there's just something about the outskirts of Brükensheer that gives you an uncomfortable feeling on the backs of your neck. It's not the cold, but you feel like you have goosebumps. It's not the dark, but you feel like there's this oily movement within the shadows.
Right.
Just something unnatural about everything here.
Oh, great.
It borders on Uncanny Valley. Okay, Sherry. Thank you for that.
Yay.
It's like, you're welcome, Mom.
What do you do as you move through the more populated farmland?
Everyone keep an eye out.
I'll keep 2 eyes out.
Okay, Atlas.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody who is keeping an eye out, or 2, as the case may be, can give me a survey roll.
Okay.
Sure.
Right.
2.
Oh, good. 3.
A 2.
I thought you said achoo. Bless you.
5.
5?
I also got a 5.
I'm
To be
just really
fair,
mad that I rolled those dice. She just woke up.
Razira's senses are really diluted right now.
What did you get, Razira?
2.
2? Okay. So, Atlas
I'm
and
just gonna
Keela.
check upstairs though. I'll be right back just to make sure.
Sure,
Just
sure.
with everything going on.
Atlas and Keeli, it's less about what you see. It's more about what you perceive. There's no specific movement. You have the wind through the tall grasses and the trees. You have, the dust on the road being kicked up and moved around. But even that, there's this unnatural edge to it, almost like it's synthetic, synthesized. The swirl of the dust is too perfect. Like you can see, it's almost like somebody took a paintbrush and just made a swirl with it before it disappears. The darkness almost has the illusion or like the visual of brush strokes. It's as if somebody is painting the area around you right now. And within that, there's the sort of, movement of paint. Again, the brush strokes. There's, the drying of the paint. You can see this sort of shift and change in what's around you, as if it's being molded and made as you're moving.
Great. What did we get stuck in?
You
Okay.
can try to sense it or alert your party. What would you like to do?
I will point that out to the others because I'm not very attuned to like what's going on here. So maybe somebody who's got a little bit better feeling than I do can figure it out. Pasta, get down.
Okay.
Okay, well, what do you say? Let's role play it out a little bit.
Like as we're kind of walking, I guess I would say probably to Athelstan and Breeze and say, do you guys see that? Watch the way the wind sort of blows the leaves around. It's too perfect. It's too there. Like, it doesn't make sense. It's like Breeze, like when you're on a stage and somebody does a magical effect on purpose.
Yeah, but how would that be here?
All the world's
know.
a stage.
Is it
We're in
possible
the
that
nightmare of not
whatever
getting a
we're
script.
Is it possible that whatever we're trapped in is not real?
I mean, of course this place isn't real.
But I mean, is it possible that it's not what they say it is? It's not like actually a pocket.
What
Or-
would it
I
be
don't
then?
know. I don't know.
Handbag.
Maybe we really are stuck in a painting. I don't know.
May I try and attune with? He's very. I in my argument here, I would say that Athelstan is very accustomed to attuning with the environment around him.
Mm-hmm.
He may not be the same. He may not be. He is Athelstan, but he may not be the same Athelstan that he usually is.
Okay.
But he remembers, or at least he thinks he should.
Okay. You can give me a sense roll.
He's gonna
Dude.
listen and watch and all of it. Like
Mhm.
he's gonna go full autism.
Did Razira hear any of that?
Yeah,
I said
Well,
it
you
to the
heard the
group.
conversation, yeah.
Okay. In that case, she's looking around for ghosts.
I'd like to spend a drive.
Sure.
So a drive allows you to roll an additional dice.
Got a cramp in the arch of my foot and it hurts.
No! Eat a banana.
Okay.
Ow. Or drink pickle juice. That helps too.
Mm-hmm.
Or you do this.
Dip a pickle.
That never works for me.
Actually,
I've
no.
tried
This
that.
is for your. This is for your head. Anyway, I rolled 2 1s and a 6.
Okay.
Yeah.
That could have gone very
It
It
could have
poorly.
gone
Right.
really, really, really poorly. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm not even
so-
kidding. Like 2 1s and a 6.
Right. So you kind of
it's gonna go poorly.
yeah, you kind of follow like where Keli and Atlas are kind of indicating this, the perfect swirling of dust or whatever. The very perfect lightning bug that just kind of like floats along your path, and then like 15 seconds later it floats along again in the same path.
Does this remind us of that moment in Strahd's castle when we kept hearing the thing going over and over again next door? Like the water thing?
Oh.
You can make me a focus roll.
The illusion.
We're in a loop. Oh shit! It's Groundhog Day.
A 4.
Different. Similar in the sense of it's a repeating pattern of sorts, but probably a different source or breadth of how big of an effect it is.
What?
You got
Sorry.
plugged into the Matrix. Great.
Again, sorry to interrupt once more, but what is the Schultz version of Groundhog Day? Chewinga Day? The Chewinga saw its shadow?
Yep.
Okay, sorry. Please continue with your description, Daddy.
Okay. So you can see now that it's been pointed out to you the sort of brush strokes in the darkness and the repeated movement of like mundane things, like again the dirt and the bugs and the leaves. Even you realize the flow of the grass as it moves with the wind. It's like every individual blade of grass is being drawn in a lean and then drawn coming back to the center.
Are the sounds that we're hearing the same as like what we're seeing? Like, do they sound like they're repeating in like the same way? Like bird song, bug sound, all of that sort of thing?
There's not so much bird song right now. There's the occasional like night raptor noise.
Like owls or whatever.
Owls, yeah. There's, the sort of buzzing of grasshoppers and the lightning bugs, obviously. But you kind of tune in to that. And it is absolutely on like about a 45-second repeat. There's not like a break or anything. It's not like if you press the back button
It's layered
on a player. Yes, it kind of comes in and goes out at the same time.
Yeah,
So there's not
it's
really a
crossfaded.
gap. And there's no break, but you can tell when essentially the record starts again.
Athelstan will relay a little bit of that. Now.
I'm not done with
And
you.
again.
Athelstan.
I thought that was me you were talking about. Sorry.
No, y'all keep interrupting me, so I wasn't able to finish anything. That is like the sort of focus, and now that everybody's looking, that's the information you have. You, Athelstan, attuned to it.
I'm
with your
fucked.
6. I need you to make me another sense roll, and this is going to be to try and avoid becoming overwhelmed by what you see.
I'm going to spend another drive.
Okay.
A 3, 4, 6.
Okay. So, to my record, you have no more drive left in intuition.
Mm-hmm.
As you're looking out into the darkness, you see the faintest glimpse of pale skin moving in and out of the shadows, almost like it's dancing. And the further you focus, further you kind of lean into this eldritch side of your mind in this place, you see other things, glimpses of green leaves, red hair, more pale flesh, monarch-like wings. She is standing there, moving about in the darkness.
My love.
Right.
I see you.
There's no response. She seems to be almost in her own world, and she is a fair distance from you.
I think there's tears just falling from his eyes, and he's smiling. She's here.
Who's here?
He has not looked away from her, afraid that if the second he does, he'll lose sight of her. She's here.
I look where he's looking.
Mhm.
It takes you a little bit, and I need anybody who's looking to give me a sense roll to try and attune to this.
I already know I'm gonna fail.
I'm gonna use a drive because that just will negate the issue I'm gonna have there.
Yeah, same.
I rolled a 5.
Question. Could I say that I'm referencing research I've done in the past as a druid to sense the green?
Yeah.
It doesn't do anything except for at the end I get to mark something off. But...
No, I will give you an extra sense roll, like an extra
Okay.
die.
Okay, cool. I want to roll these things. Oh, one of them's cracked.
Now I had to wonder if that would work for Azira growing up in the jungles of Chult.
Sure.
5.
I'm sorry.
5 for Atlas. Breeze, what did you get?
4.
4. Kile?
5.
Razira?
5.
So, the 3 5s. I need you to make me another sense roll as you try to resist what you're seeing. Breeze, you don't see it.
All right, I'm gonna use another drive because
Because you have disadvantage.
yeah.
Yeah.
How do we get our resistances back?
When the circle levels.
Oh yeah, I have 1 resistance in intuition. Does that do anything?
You can use your resistance to re-roll.
I would like to use my resistance because I rolled a 2 and a 1.
Okay.
I rolled another 5.
So do I just re-roll one of them?
No, re-roll the whole set.
Okay.
No?
I rolled 2 1s that
Are
time.
you for real?
Oh my god.
Go
Okay.
throw those dice away.
No, Affy gave me these dice.
Well, put them in
They stopped
timeout.
using them.
Start eating them. Start eating them.
They're going in timeout, that's for sure.
So,
Dice
double
jail.
ones. Razira, what did you get?
Another 5.
Another 5. Atlas, what did you get? 5? Okay. So, you two are okay. Eli, you see her. Her with a capital H.
Mm-hmm.
But it's wrong. There's something wrong. It's almost like you're looking at her the same way that you've seen Breeze, same way you've seen the plateau in Karatur. There's this dichotomy of the now and whatever it is you're seeing. You assume the past. And you see Amina dancing around the trees, but she looks wrong. And again, it falls into that uncanny valley territory where the smile is just too big, the eyes are just too wide, the hair is just too glossy. Like it's not right. There's something wrong with what you're seeing. The unnaturalness of it, it's the wrongness of it just makes that sort of slick, oily feeling crawl down your spine, and you are going to take a brain mark.
Okay.
As you witness something you were not supposed to see.
Great. Eli is now trapped in Bloodborne.
Great.
Joke's on you, bitches. Athelstan would love her even more.
We need to go. Now. We need to get these back to the lighthouse.
I don't think he'd be able to look away.
Eli kind of gently tugs
I
your
think
hand.
he was gonna reach out for Breeze's hand.
I think this is the first time Raziras
Whatever.
ever saw
Be
her.
gay.
You can take his hand, you can take one hand and stuff, but he's like, but I
Oh,
think he was, sorry.
How heavy is Athelstan?
I
You
don't
tried
know.
this with me.
I don't know how heavy human
but
Athelstan is.
You had body armor and shit.
I don't know how heavy human Athelstan is.
How heavy is Asmar Athelstan?
Heavy. He was like, well, hang on. I don't know. He was over 260 at that point.
You're a little leaner, but you also have a heavy metal contraption hanging off your left side.
Do you see her, Breeze?
Razira's still gonna try it because that's Razira.
You can hang on, Razira. They're in the middle of something.
I know.
No, but we should go.
I haven't seen her in so long. She looks happy.
Stan, we should really go. I don't like the look of this place.
Do you think she knows we're here? She must.
Probably. She always knows where you are.
You probably don't remember. She left us.
She
I want to go to her so bad.
I don't think you can.
I know. And he'll squeeze Keeli's hand in his. All right, let's go.
That went better than I thought it was going to.
He's not taking his eyes off her. So you basically are like pulling him wherever.
Oh yeah,
He's
no,
just-
I'm dragging your ass.
But he watches for as long as he possibly can
Okay. How
until
intently
she's out of sight.
are you watching? Like if you had to put it on a scale of just keeping a side eye on her to
Oh no.
full frontal.
Obsessive, worshipful, longing, lonely.
Okay. I need you to make a sway roll against my own.
Okay. I do have a gilded die in that. You just roll. I have
one gilded,
two dots,
one regular.
and then a gilded. Okay.
So you're rolling 2 dice total.
I kind of wanted to fail
You can choose to fail. That is,
because I wanted to see what would happen. I can?
if you want to.
Because it'd be interesting, Keeli.
You can absolutely choose to fail if you wish to.
Because I'm at the juxtaposition where I rolled a 1 on my gilded die, but I rolled a 6 on my regular die.
And you've only got the 2 die?
I only had the gilded. Well, I got the 2 dots in sway and the
Yep.
gilded dot, so I would roll the 2 dice. And I didn't spend any of my cunning drive or anything.
Okay.
I want to leave that up to chance.
Leave
Because it's so 50.
what up to chance?
I'm just... Hang on.
So flip a coin.
Yeah.
Heads you pass, tails you fail.
Yeah. I basically just flipped a coin to see. And, I failed.
Okay. As you're just intensely watching her, you're basically walking backwards. Breeze and Keli are the ones dragging you back to the city, back to whatever civilization you could call this prison within a prison. And you can see her again, still moving amongst the trees, dancing with them. And then she just stops. And for a long moment, she's just staring sort of blankly. And then with unnatural speed, her face and her eyes just flick to yours. And you can feel her as she stares right back at you. You look at her with adoration and worship and so much toxic ass love. And she looks like she's never
She
seen
taught
you
him that.
before.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. I need you to drop that line again. I heard it, but I'm afraid that I interrupted you, and I want everybody to hear that.
She looks like she's never seen you before. And then she's gone. She steps back into the darkness beyond what you can see. Whatever light she had been illuminated with or producing from her own body has also disappeared. And you're left with that strange brush stroke darkness. And you turn back to the city. With its...
I need to step away for just like a few minutes to
Okay.
deal with an issue. I'm just gonna leave the camera up with Ginger on.
That's okay.
The gas lamps are their own source of light, but it's nothing like what you saw from this avatar, perhaps? Or perhaps it wasn't her at all. Things are strange out in the wilds around Brükensheer. And as you're moving deeper into the industrial district and beyond that into lower income, middle income, that strange brushstroke perfection is no longer present. It feels more natural here. It looks more natural here. There's, cracks in the cobblestone. There's breaks and missing roof shingles. There's just a feeling of life here, of life and the natural decay of the manufactured.
Like somebody spent a really long time world building one city and forgot everything around it.
Hard to say.
Rosira is still looking around for ghosts.
You do not see any ghosts, Rosira.
That
Are we able to find the lighthouse?
Yes, you are able to find the lighthouse. As you move up to it, it is sort of this old Victorian-style manor, and there are a couple lights on the second floor and one in the main foyer that you know is probably on the like side table at the entrance. You are able to enter. It's not locked, if you wish.
I want
wanna
to like
see the writing.
make a look to see that we weren't followed.
Keela, you can go ahead and give me a survey. What were you trying to do, Atlastan?
I wanted to look at the writing
Which writing?
on the lighthouse, the outside. There was like text or something. I forget.
Okay. If you've ever seen an older building, they usually have a cornerstone. Even like the newer buildings, usually government built, they'll have a cornerstone that has the build year on it. You feel like this is a facsimile of that, but whatever is written here is not just a year. And even if it was, you're not sure it would be a year that you would be able to fathom. You're used to like 974. This doesn't feel like that. The text on the cornerstone is this sort of swirling but then sharpened text, almost like somebody had started it and then somebody else took it over and finished it. Eli, would you roll?
4.
4? You don't see anybody. There were other people kind of like milling around, kind of doing the typical last minute closures of stores and, you know, heading home from a late night at the office. You know, last minute errands before kind of it's nighttime and it's time to go to bed. But nothing really stood out. It was just people going about their day.
So he can't read the text?
No.
Okay. But he has consulted it.
Yes, he has.
But no, I did want to actually like look at it and stuff. If he can, he'll touch it.
You want to touch it?
Yeah, I want to touch it. I want to like see if there's like feel it and like see if there's a very distinct difference. There's already a difference in the handwriting, quote unquote, but a difference of when with the handwriting. You know what I mean? Like a fresher cut versus an older, more deteriorated cut.
Gotcha. So it doesn't look so much like that. It looks like the person who had started it had to stop suddenly, and then whoever took over did it within a very short amount of time, like before this brick was even installed. It was like on a stonemason's bench when it was being worked on. That's the feeling you get from it just visually. And you're touching it?
He wants to feel it, like see if like what like looking for that, like what I initially said, like the roughness of like a smoothing of decay versus like the very clean cut of something newer. I guess that's kind of what he was looking for.
Okay.
And
So
he'd be looking and feeling at the same time.
Sure. So it's not old, but it's not new. Yeah. It has that sort of weathering of something that's been out in the elements for X amount of time. It doesn't appear that it's any newer or any more aged than the rest of the building.
Is it cold?
It is cold. Seems to be made from marble, maybe.
He listens for 45 seconds.
Okay. I need you to give me a sense roll.
Four.
You can hear the city sort of starting to settle. You hear the streetcar in the distance, that sort of grinding of rails and steel wheels on the rails, the hum of its fuel-propelled engine. You hear just very distantly, like the sound of what you would kind of think of as like a docks area. You know, seagulls and the sounds of water lapping against the like rock face or the beach.
Maggie's not here. I can't make the seagull joke.
And it doesn't repeat like it did before. It's all
It's not
consistent.
manufactured.
Yes, it's consistent. Well, it is in one sense.
Yeah.
It's a consistent noise, but it's not a record that's playing over and over again.
There's no crickets.
There are crickets. You can also hear cicadas. They were just a little bit, and then they go quiet.
Are there fireflies?
There are fireflies. Not very many in the city, or it's hard to see with the gas lamps.
I can't remember if you described a bit of a like front garden or anything near this cornerstone and between the cornerstone and the stairs.
There is
Hi, Dindo.
Gingy, don't be chewing on anything down there.
No chewing on that down there. No.
Right? Like I saw her go under the desk and I'm like,
Yeah.
Ginger.
Get on down. Get on down from there.
Hiding where Maggie's not going to see them
Mm-hmm.
until a long moment.
Oh,
Yeah.
Gingy.
Bye-bye, Dindy.
There is a little bit of like a front lawn situation within the wrought iron fence line. There is like a stretch of grass. There's a couple of trees that have been planted in such a way as to be street pretty.
Mm.
There are red rose bushes in the front that are sort of around this space, and amidst that are little like ferns that have this long stem coming out of them with like a big poof on top.
I want a poof.
You want a poof?
I want a poof.
Okay. You just like
And I want a and I
stab it?
want a grasshopper or a cricket.
Mm-hmm.
I want a bug.
Okay, so you
And
can take a
I'll head in.
poof if you want. You just have to
Yeah.
like snap it off.
Yes.
Okay, so you snap it off, and it kind of like you get that sort of chlorophyll ooze out of the bottom,
Mm-hmm.
and you give it like a little. Nothing like falls off. It's not like a dandelion.
It's just
or,
a plume.
It's
Yep.
a plume. Yeah.
Yeah. My
I need
poof.
you, if you want to go hunting for a cricket, though.
I want a cricket or a
Okay.
firefly or a grasshopper. I
Okay.
want it.
All right. I need you to survey.
Just like
Five.
standing in the doorway watching this. Like,
You did a survey roll and you got a 5. Did you roll 2
5.
and take the lower? Oh,
4.
sorry. You have 1. Never mind. I
5.
misread that. So 5. Yeah. Okay. Fine. You find a cricket, I guess.
Okay. I take it inside. It's mine.
Okay. All right. You have a cricket and a poof. What are the rest of you doing?
watching from the doorway.
Okay. You just watched Athelstan like commune with this cornerstone, then snap the essentially flower off of a plant, find a cricket, and now he's walking past you into the house with a cricket and the poof.
To be fair, I've seen him do weirder.
That is true.
It's like Razier's just standing there. That was random.
We need to find Moria if she's awake. And make sure everybody goes in and pull the front door shut.
Okay. Before that happens, is anybody else doing anything outside?
Nope.
No? Okay. You go inside and you're immediately greeted with the smell of like a stew that's being made or has been made. You move into the dining room, and this sort of larger, almost cauldron is on the table, and you can see it's steaming still. Moria herself is sitting there, just leaned back in the same chair that she was earlier today, glass of wine in hand. She eyes you all as you come in. You're
We found
successful.
Oh, dinner. Sorry.
Somewhat.
What did you find?
Show her the stuff.
We tell her and show her.
But I
Breeze just-
hang on to mine.
You hang on to yours?
Yeah.
So, just for anybody who missed it, Rob mimed putting a bunch of shit on the desk on the
Yep.
table.
Yeah.
Just an ass full of knives and shit.
She kind of eyes the containment vials, and all of you get the feeling, the ones that had seen it, that she can see that sort of inky blackness that coats the inside of these containment vials now and covers these objects. And she just holds her wine kind of against her chin while looking at them, doesn't say anything, doesn't offer any praise or appreciation for finding the items. She's just watching them, watching you. And then she looks at you, Keelai. Well,
I hold mine up. Pretty sure this was mine.
it is. I can see the tether. Can you see it?
Do I see the tether?
Make a sense roll.
I'm fucking. Okay, it was a 4.
4?
Yeah.
You don't. It's not something you see, but you can feel it in the sense of like you're aware of your connection to it. And it's sort of that, well, am I sick or am I just thinking I'm sick because there's that, am I actually
Mhm.
feeling it or am I thinking I'm
Gaslight.
feeling it and gaslighting myself and I don't actually feel it? It's hard to tell. There's a part of you that's like, I hope this is what it is. And then the other part that's like, oh, I hope it's not.
The other part's like,
Oh,
ooh,
it's
was
my
that-
day-to-day life.
The other part was like, was that food poisoning from breakfast?
Do I have to poop or is it just gas?
Oh, I'm not smiling. It's gas.
I don't see anything, but I think I feel it. Why this? Out of everything.
What would you prefer it to be?
Anything but this.
Would you have preferred the doll?
Honestly, yes.
Wow.
This was supposed to say buried and gone.
Nothing stays buried and gone in the mists, Keelai.
Apparently.
Would you say that those rings are a source of disquiet for you?
Seeing them for sure.
Do they upset you?
Not so much anymore, but they remind me of a time I'd rather
Forget.
not think about anymore.
Hmm. How much do you know of the mists? Why are the
Bit, I guess.
prisons here? And what punishment are brought to the Dark Lords who inhabit them?
They're here because Shar is a cruel bitch.
While true, they serve a purpose. Can't go off into the afterlife till they've learned their lesson, but they are too arrogant to learn it.
This
Your
was the answer.
anchor is something you would rather forget. Darkon knows all about forgetfulness. Harkin Lucas knows about being forgotten.
Ooh.
Just going to ignore that. Strahd is perpetually forgotten by Tatiana.
To be fair, he probably deserves it.
Neither here nor there. The reason your anchor is that is because you tried to forget something you shouldn't. It's something you must learn from. Not bury it in the sand.
So how do I let it go?
That is not for me to tell you or educate you. I can set you on the path, but it's up to you to determine how you would take that information and wield it.
Oh,
What
great.
must I do?
What did I just fucking say?
But how do I do that?
I cannot tell you. You must find the lesson and teach it to yourself. Strahd will continue to regenerate as long as he allows his obsessive love with Tatiana and his inability to accept and understand that he is at fault for everything that has happened to him. That is not a lesson he will ever learn. You, Keli, with your rings and your feather, there is a lesson within that. You've either forgotten it or you need to seek it and then learn from it. And if this is the case where you have been bound here by that, I presume the rest of you will also find yourselves wanting when you find your anchor.
I think I may be in trouble. I forgot what I'm supposed to remember.
Unfortunate, but with time you will figure it out.
Let's be honest here. I'm probably not even going to remember this conversation tomorrow.
She says as she shovels an entire, like, takes the cauldron. Like, and he starts eating like fondue.
You are lucky that you have companions that will be able to remind you.
I set the container down in front of Moria.
I can keep it in the vault until you're ready. She kind of picks it up and like rolls the rings back and forth within the tube. Or you can keep it.
Just seems like asking to get it stolen by whoever's trying to stop us.
It can't be stolen. It can only be given. Had you not put this in front of me just now, I would not be able to pick it up.
Then why could I pick up everything?
You are not me.
So those who run this place can't touch the things?
It's
You
true.
can. But there are safeguards in place.
Safer with me.
Then keep it.
No, I'm asking, is it safer?
I cannot answer that question. I do not know. The vault is impenetrable, but so too is the prison within a prison. Yet she just kind of like gestures to all of you.
Why is the prison within a prison unfinished? Out there.
You are the only ones that have traversed so far.
Rivalis lies beneath the bog.
Indeed.
There's something down there.
Yes,
What is it?
there are many
Ugly.
things down there. Which something do you refer to?
One over 2 stories high. Massive claws. Waiting, patient. Away from the light.
Bard spoke of it.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Oh, great.
You asked.
Am I forgetting something?
Wolfhead Wiley!
Okay. That's what I thought. I just wanted to be sure that we were all on the same page.
Oh, great.
Why?
Why what?
How did I not end up like that? I'm assuming that's what happened when the werewolf comes over.
Wolfhead Wiley was a tale from where Darkon originated. The creature that it was based off of was a mad werewolf. And then when Darkon came here, there was the corruption of essentially everything. That extended to Wolfhead Wiley. And then when
Is
your
everything lost?
father disappeared, broke through, further corruption was allowed to come into Darkon. I'm sure you've met my ravens.
Merlin, for sure.
That thing hate them.
Unfortunate, but they'll be back.
They don't die.
They die. They'll just be back.
They'll respawn.
Like everything else in the domains.
Nothing is truly
they're-
dead here.
So
Cycles.
they're on a loop like the crickets and everything.
Yeah, that's what I mean by unfinished. Why is it false? Everything repeated. Everything
Because it was
sounded
done
the
in a
same.
hurry, wasn't it?
It existed. It was just
Unfinished.
A facade thrown on top of it
more or less.
by your people and you.
Not me, but there is one of us who is responsible for such things. Yes.
Why? Is it to keep people to the cities here?
Of course. It's no different than the mists themselves.
Does everything lost to the mists come here?
Yes. Or they die.
And they end up here either way.
Not necessarily.
So, Darkon is not here. This place. It just pieces of it end up here. It is not. Darkon is not the root of this place. Ozolin was not the first one.
Rosalind was the first one to successfully escape. And what you found were fragments of Darkon as it was eaten.
You said this place was born of a domain in which the ruler escaped, the Dark Lord escaped. Was
That
it
would be Darkon.
So it is Darkon, then.
I never said it wasn't.
But pieces of Darkon keep showing up within Darkon, just different times.
Yes?
Time and space means nothing. Then.
Nothing.
So for all we know, there could be a whole nother Darkon fully formed out there and just end up here eventually again. And it's just layers upon layers stacked up on each other.
With Darkon, the situation is different. Without the anchor keeping it in place, unfortunately, it is being digested.
So why not send us to get him?
From what you guys have said, I'm pretty sure we just end up dead.
There is that.
Yeah, that is.
But we could still try.
We
You
would
could,
die.
but
We would die immediately.
you would die, most likely.
Yes.
However, I am beholden to the rules that I must follow. I can't
Where will you
simply
send us?
let you out.
Where will you release us to if we complete this task you set before us of finding all of the sources of bleed that we caused?
I had intended the carnival, but it depends on how quickly you are able to operate.
Did they
So-
get out?
The
I
carnival.
don't think
They're not here.
Darkon could hold them. Aren't they their own domain?
Correct.
I think Keela is talking about Tom
But they're...
and the others.
No, I meant the carnival.
They would not be consumed.
Okay. So they're not quite as vulnerable as I thought inside of a domain.
There is a level of vulnerability. They are still required to follow the Dark Lord's permissions. But within the carnival, they are safe to a point.
That should
I
be
don't. Only
ease
to a
Alice little
point,
bit.
because of that stupid dragon.
You found Dob.
It found me.
Hmm. Precious
Those
little thing that it is.
those worms did not like my taste. They all die.
You're already corrupted. There's no further corruption they could do to you.
Are all of our sources in the same place? We found many sources in Rivalis, but only one that we recognize for our own.
They are not. But I would not be able to tell you where they are.
You just know that they're not all together.
It would be my assumption if you didn't find all of them together.
I have to wonder what mine would be.
And they're all in Rivalis?
No,
I don't know.
It's Darkon. Pieces of us.
Oh, just Darkon.
Darkon that has come in layers.
Uh,
This I'm assuming is that final piece. I'm sure we would have. I don't know. Is the piece of Darkon that we left behind? Is it still standing, or has it been taken by the mists, destined to come here?
Yes?
Does the King's Tear still stand?
When?
Where I left it.
When you left it.
When and where I left it.
Where is irrelevant. When you left it, yes, it still stood.
Does it still stand when I am now?
Yes and no.
I hate this fucking Dunamancy crap. Also, what happened to your... He left us out there.
He had to.
Why?
Because you are working on a very sensitive mission for me. And if he was found there, they would know.
If it were you, where would you go next then? What else lies beyond the city walls?
More
Other
of the same.
places are blurry.
I have no idea where anything attached to me would be. I had only been in Darkon less than a day.
And where did
Who
you
knows?
go, little cat?
To the castle that went boom.
Mm-hmm.
And the
There's what?
carnival.
The carnival is irrelevant.
And so anything attached to me would be the tier.
I think that would be a wise guess.
Unless by you coming here, you brought a piece of Shoal with you.
I think there'd be more jungle.
Touche.
I can assure you there is no tropics here.
I'm gonna go grab some cookies.
Okay. We should take a break anyway. We'll be right back.
Yeah.
I'm Affy the DM, and this is the Vactair. If you know, you know.
I swear naturally. But if I have to think about it, I can't. I can't just work the words in. Shit fuck.
Could you just like get them like a bowl of lube, and we can get it to go. I don't know at this point what to say or to do.
A bowl of lube.
They make it in flavors.
I will cast guidance on your penis. There you go. Pat pat.
What if we go find a plant, 2 plants that like you connect with, and then we don't just go pick them, but like you connect with them, you know?
Go find a shrubbery. Make sure it's nice and not too expensive.
Me.
I like gloop to be right beside her face.
Move so I'm real close to them just in case
like this?
something happens.
What can I do to help you?
I feel like I'm on some psychedelics.
If you're a new DM or even maybe an
Don't
experienced
play with
DM,
us.
you're clearly witnessing DM failure here. Clearly. Engage
I try
your
to move
players.
my piece,
Keep
I
them
move the
interested
whole
in your
map.
game.
You have feelings and we're friends. You have feelings and we're friends. You have feelings and you're friends.
Don't you make this a pull door because I'll lose my fucking mind.
If I just try to open the door, does it open?
It opens out.
I mean, I'm sure you would have gotten there eventually, but
Well, I don't know why I learned this spell. So,
Flailing around like one of those inflatable tube guys.
no, oh no!
The wacky flailing arm 2-man.
I don't see you wiggling, motherfuckers. Wiggle.
Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle.
I only wiggle when I want to wiggle.
I'm Jason.
Do you want to wiggle right now?
Well, I imagine duality's wiggling.
You went really deep, man. It's not supposed to be deep tissue.
Your ass was mesmerizing.
You just need to put the tip of the needle in.
Just the tip, just for a second.
I won't be able to sit for a week.
Well, I don't feel comfortable sharing some of the naughty bathroom things I know how to do with a bunch of children. But...
Why?
What does that mean? What does that mean?
Ask your ghost parents.
Oh god, my husband was here for all that. You cast this spell and the sky
Go
above
off my
begins to
face now.
swirl into this butthole.
They like in circles around you, like do 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 do. And he's saying this out loud too. He's making his own music that he's dancing to. Do 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 bigly, bigly. Do 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 do.
I will not soon recover from this. I have never wanted the death of someone more than right now. Keisha, it was a good fucking game, but I fucking hate Brie. Fucking hate her. I fucking hate her.
No, you don't. You love me.
I do.
When one warforged loves another warforged very much.
I see you, our one true king. We stand Brendan Fraser on this channel. We don't care what time it was. We don't care what his body type is. We stand Brendan Fraser.
Do you hear that,
is
Jeremy? Do you hear that, Jeremy?
Brendan,
Go
more
fuck
like
yourself,
stand-in.
Jeremy.
Wolf anthros are adorable.
I'm gonna say while you guys are talking, the camera pans out to the lobby, and everybody in the lobby can see that Sheriff is talking to somebody in that office. Not sure who. They're very chatty back and forth, though. For both the Reverend and Jesse, you immediately pick up on a couple things. Not everybody in this town is particularly...
Don't feed the babies lead paint, coward.
They don't stop coming, and they don't stop coming, and they don't stop coming.
Somebody.
Pants. We should go to that family and then see if we can appeal to them. Is that the word I want?
I think it's begging.
We could threaten them with knives.
Oh, okay.
Or
So
we
we have
could
many
just
options.
ask. Good idea. Let's threaten them with knives. Just tell them that I murdered the entire family minus one. It'll be fine. What could go wrong?
Nope.
I once ran into a Spanish beaver. Interestingly enough, there is no such thing as a Brazilian beaver.
I'm the map. I'm the map. I'm the map. I'm the map. I'm the map.
Yeah, pretty much.
What? You sounded like you were grapefruiting your man.
I'm just gonna go now.
What's that? You need me? Okay.
Does this mean we win? Does this mean we won the game?
I never want to leave here.
The only reason I do it. She fucks
Hello.
with me enough.
We're back.
And we're front.
They're
Left.
both here.
Hmm?
I forgot about my tea. Oh, now it's not going to be hot. Oh no.
ADHD for the win.
ADHD.
Definitely going to be very, very strong too. Oh,
Need to get
fucking
one of
hell.
need to get one of those little
Mug warmers.
no, or one of those little
It's like a little plate. It's a hot plate for your mug.
yeah, the hot plates. You
Yeah.
can just brew a pitcher of tea right next to you.
I know. I have one on my throne. I have one on my throne.
Anyway,
I can't justify the cost.
so where we left off before break, you were discussing with Moria the intricacies of the domains and why people are anchored here.
Why are you saying that like a valley girl?
Like, oh my god.
Mm-hmm.
I hate
Totally
you.
freaked me out. I mean, right on.
I hate both of you.
Oh my god, you guys.
Shoes.
Shoes.
Oh my god, shoes.
Anyway,
Get some shoes.
what are y'all doing?
I will reach out for my containment vial if Maria will give it back.
Yeah, she doesn't fight you on it. She just holds it out for you to take. You take it. Well done.
Yeah.
Athelstan's like sitting at the table, like kind of doing that thing where he, like, as the cricket's like crawling around, he's like doing like the.
Uh-huh.
You don't happen to know where pieces of Martira Bay showed up, do you?
I feel if you were to orient yourself from Revolus, you would find what you were looking for.
Shut
Called
up,
it.
Artemis. we were one. They said that, and they're like in orientation, and I was like, well, who's to say that it's actually geographically similar? So fuck you, Artemis. Whatever. It's nice to be right.
Where did the
I'm so
castle end up?
rarely am.
The castle would be where you left it.
Oh,
east.
So where's? I'm even more confused now.
Revalis is on the west side of Darkon. Martira Bay is on the north. If
But
we
if the
were in
castle is
Revalis,
where-
then
If
Castle Avernus would be to the east.
but if it's
in
where we
theory.
left it, it's not here.
But also, it is here because this is also Darkon.
So
My
is this
head
place
hurts.
more like an echo then, Moria?
Not exactly.
We have a map.
You've lived in Darkon your whole life, and you need a map?
I mean specifically for the transportation systems because your little red boxes are kind of strange to me.
Oh. Our map.
I don't like them.
Yes, I can
They
help.
remind me too much of being on a boat.
I can fetch you a map.
The schedule or something. Appreciate it.
Well, now you're just asking far too much.
If it's a schedule that's attached to the map. But if not, that's fine. You've given us room and board, you've put our bodies back together. Well, what there was to put back together.
I did what I could with what I had.
You did very well.
Oh, thank you.
It's a little weird that I'm a white man, but it's nice not
Have
to
you-
have to worry about hitting my head on every single threshold that I duck under.
Razura is just looking at Athelstan like, you find this weird? How about me?
It's kind of funny though, because you look exactly what I imagined that you would look like if you were a human. Not that I really imagined it, but I could see it happening. How did you do this? And he like kind of like articulates his joints on the mechanical hand. And like clips the copper phalanges together.
Whatever technology is developed within any of the domains we have access to.
I can feel with it. Not the same like I used to, but I can feel with it.
Will that go with him when we leave?
That's what's going to be my next question. If we do get out of here, can I take it with me? It's kind of nice.
I will
have to think about it.
Try. I don't know if I will be successful.
Is this what they mean by giving someone a hand?
Get out.
It is a comparative, yes.
One more pointless question, if you would allow me. Or not necessarily a question, but I saw Mina on the outskirts.
Did you? Yes. She kind of like leans across the table towards you, and her little talon comes out and kind of gives the cricket a scritch. Did you?
Maybe. Or something that wanted to look like her.
There are many things here that are not what they appear.
So, just an echo?
No.
An impression?
No.
Or a disguise?
Closer.
An imposter.
Bait.
Bait.
What would have happened if I had gone to her?
We'd have dragged you away.
I don't know what would have happened.
She didn't know me.
I ask again. Did you see her?
I thought I did. It looked like her. It moved like her.
It looked wrong when I saw it.
It felt like her.
Exaggerated. Like a bad copy.
Painted?
Maybe.
It's like a poorly illuminated book. The outskirts.
Why are you making that face?
We just got a new water softener and it makes weird noises, and this is the first
time
and
I've you're not used to it yet.
Yeah.
It's like that video of that ice machine that's like third hand.
Yeah.
Great. I'm just remembering that freaking death metal washing machine now.
My house is making new noises and I don't know why.
Well, when it's plumbing or electrical, it's always like, wait, what is that?
Yeah. I get that. Do you have more containment devices? We filled a few of them up, so
I can see, of course.
Is there also possibly a way to refill the box of perpetual sunlight that Keli carries?
Yep. I hold up the Jurassic Park flashlight.
That fucking thing.
Other than being very noisy and sounding like it's gonna blow up, I'm assuming this gauge shows how long it has.
That thing is fucking bright.
Correct. There's a way. We have replacement fuel cells.
Maybe
if you have an extra one.
Yes, I can provide that for you.
You know, it's kind of a good thing Ulrich's not here, because of this place's technology, he'd leave this place and break
With new
everything
ideas.
else. And break the domain.
pretty sure he's already doing that.
Yeah.
The dwarves were both elated and terrified to see him again.
His ass better be at home with his wife and his daughter, living the best life that he can outside of these domains, because if he's not, Keelay's gonna kick his ass when she sees him.
Yep,
And then then I will kick your ass, Duality.
Yep, they were elated and terrified. Elated because he's back, terrified because it means his mother-in-law is coming back.
Oh no! Okay.
Hot take. Alaric's mother-in-law is the BBEG.
You know, that's legit. I am waiting for that side quest or that side adventure.
That's campaign 3 when it takes place in Faerun.
Ah, yeah.
Okay.
It's we find out Agni Amona 2 is literally just gathering power so we can fight her head on.
So these objects can be anything for us.
Anything you would
of
find
significant.
of significance. Yes.
Okay. Breeze, you're sure about Martyra Bay?
I don't know where else.
Is there anything in your journal?
I've done something stupid in this area or tried to.
Wait, do you
Bring
remember
back
what happened
something.
there, or did you just read it?
I read about it.
Okay.
Insight check.
There is no insight check.
There is.
There's an
actually.
equivalent.
I mean, I guess, yeah, there's...
You can do a read roll. And Breeze
I have that.
do a sway.
I have a gilded die in that. That's a 6!
I got a 5.
A 6 and a 3. Ha ha!
So on your, you got a 6 on your gilded?
No, it's on my regular one. Sad.
Breeze. They can read you pretty well. What do they read?
Yeah, I read what I did in a book.
But you definitely had a canon flashback to something that you wouldn't have remembered if you couldn't remember. So I'm just saying. But of course, player knowledge, character knowledge. Mm-hmm.
Breeze, that brings up a good point. Is your journal here?
In the back.
You open the bag, and inside you see a book.
Take it out. Open.
Hey, it's a bunch of scribbles for your job as a journalist.
No.
Athelstan, his eyes get a little wide, and then he's like, "Excuse me," and he pushes back. He pushes back. He leaves, but then he comes back, picks up his cricket, and then goes back and goes rushing upstairs.
You forgot your flower.
Comes back and gets that.
It's like halfway up the stairs. Shit.
You just hear.
It could be anything. I got nothing left.
Well, fill your boots at least, and then try to get some sleep.
Fill your boots?
Fill your boots?
You've never heard that term?
Fill your boots? Comes an echo from upstairs.
Even I've heard that saying.
No.
The feck does that mean?
Eat your fill.
It's eat.
Eat and be hearty. Like that's what
I
it
don't
means.
eat with my boots. I mean,
Okay,
actually, back when
Razira.
I could make food with, I could like make a sandwich with my feet when I was a kid, because I saw an episode of Moria about someone who was born without arms, and I was afraid of losing my arms, so I learned how to do stuff with my feet.
Anxiety is
because
great.
that's something that a
Right?
neurotypical child would do,
Oh,
right?
for
I
sure.
learned how to do like a bunch of stuff with my left hand because I was afraid of the same thing with my right hand.
Yeah,
So
I learned Braille in 3rd grade. I knew
Y'all got
sign
way too
anxiety.
much
language.
So much fun.
Anxiety, not anxiety, just anxiety, bro. This is a cocktail of autism plus. Fucking interesting streaming service, fucking glitchy as hell, as one would say. You have to watch that, comedian. I have to send you those videos. They're great. What a great bisexual man. Any hoozles.
Moria.
Yes.
Do you know the souls that are here?
In
Like
Brükensheer?
yeah. Is it like in the other domains where you can see them or know them?
That is not my area of expertise, but if you were looking for someone specifically, I could look.
I was just wondering if Gabriella
not
is here or if she got left in
Barovia,
Barovia.
where Athelstan tore her to pieces.
Eli doesn't know that.
That's right, he didn't. He never told you.
Technically, she was already dead at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true.
Where Des murdered her?
We don't know that for sure that he murdered her there.
I could look, but I can't guarantee anything without arousing suspicion. But if she died in a domain, then most likely she is there still.
I think she was in Barovia, but I can't be certain.
I'll see what I can do, but I make no promises.
Lolth was kind of after her too, so that might add a layer of complication.
Yes, well, the spider goddess does not reach here with her web. Though she tries. Eat, sleep, and then figure out where you're going tomorrow.
We agree, so we do it.
Cheers in chat, just defending himself.
Okay, so you eat?
Yeah. Did Athelstan find his journal upstairs?
No.
Oh, good. Love that for us.
Everything here has been repurposed from something.
I know, but something that looked like his journal, something that, like, there's the facsimile of his journal, just like his horny books. Well, Mina's horny books.
The horny books surprisingly are present.
But they were
does
like,
not surprise me.
But they were like, the names were changed for copyright purposes.
The names were changed. There was no, like, it wasn't Tusk Love. It was like Dental Love.
I hate that. That's
And
much
there was
worse.
no,
You
like,
could have said
it wasn't
anything
an orc
else.
and a tiefling. It was just two humans
Who were dentists. I hate dental love. I hate that. I really don't like that. It's not canon, everybody.
I
hate it.
It's canon here.
I hate this place.
So you eat, and you turn in for the evening. Is anybody doing anything before bed?
Yes.
We're just looking through all the stuff in her room, trying to figure out, like, okay, could this have been what came with me, or did I just literally get my poncho and that's it?
And then like you look up and you realize you've been like methodically cleaning your weapons and you don't realize how or when. So and then when you start thinking about it, you can't do it because you're like,
what is this?
Oh, mama. There's just like pieces of your guns everywhere on like a nice towel all over the floor, and you're like, oh.
It's like when you're knitting and you're watching TV and you're not paying attention to your hands, and the moment you pay attention to your hands, you screw up everything.
Yep. I feel like Cedar was attacked just now.
I'm the same way. Like I do the same thing.
If
the
anybody
minute I
is
concentrate on my hands,
going through their room to try and figure out what they have and what they don't, you can give me a focus roll.
I already did that.
I don't have focus.
Focus.
Sucks to suck. 4.
I rolled a 2 and a 1. She is.
Yeah, so we'll
typical
say that
airhead.
you just exactly what Cedar said. You were cleaning or like going through things, and then your brain just kind of shut off. You disassociated, and then you started cleaning guns. And when you came back to yourself, you have like this full like 42-piece rifle that's like open, and like all the different parts are like laid out very.
It's got a fucking laser scope.
And you're staring at it going, I don't even know what this was supposed to look like. For the 4, Breeze, you find little bits and pieces of things that are familiar to you, like your musical instruments. There's a version of it, just more modern, different materials. There's obviously like a lot of papers. There's poetry and stories and stuff that have been sort of jotted down, and you feel like if you weren't given your memories as a person outside of the domain, like outside of Brükensheer, you would think that, oh, I'm a journalist and I'm doing like a side hobby of, writing a book to try and get published. Like that's sort of the backstory that was generated for you, essentially.
The persona.
Yeah, but because you remember, you obviously don't need it. But there are some similarities in like what's written here. It's very much in your style of creation and character development and all that stuff. So it's pretty decent. But you didn't write it. At least this specifically. Keelan, what'd you get?
Oh, I already went through all my crap like the other
Yeah, but we might know something new.
Okay. Elstan, did you roll?
Yeah, I did, and it was a gilded dice since it was my focus roll, and I got a 6. I will take back one drive. Are you proud of me for knowing, Daddy?
Yes, very proud of you.
Yeah, thanks. Man.
What is it, sweetie girl?
All right, so as you're going through, obviously you have the boomstick, which doesn't look like a boomstick right now.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, it's just sort of on top of your like cupboard, your armoire.
It's like a hand cannon. I forgot. Yeah.
Yeah, essentially, it's like a hand cannon.
But it's broken.
It doesn't look like a bug anymore.
I thought it was cute.
It was terrifying.
There are very much the same as like Breeze's stuff. You can see bits and pieces of music that have been created. Nothing completed, but there are familiar tunes that are in front of you as you're looking at them. The words are not written, but a couple of them are just from memory. They are celestial in nature. They're one of the celestial songs that was taught to you by Keelan. And it's not perfect by any means, but they're, that similarity is there. You find the dental love. You find a couple books on general gardening. Another on astronomy.
Gardening 101.
Gardening for idiots.
Gardening for idiots. Yeah, and
hard mode.
You know, there other stuff like that where you have some comparative, you can kind of figure out like, oh, okay, well, this was, you know, the pen that I bought at, you know, in Barovia. There are some puzzle boxes, but they're not as complex by any means. They're more almost like children's toys as opposed to like the very complex, you know, dexterous.
Blinsky! They don't have the Blinsky flair! It's no fun since it's no Blinsky!
True. Yeah, but it nothing really.
You said something about his violin, right?
Yeah, you have a violin there. And like Breeze's instruments, they're very similar in the sense of like your persona that was developed for you would recognize this and know how to play it, but it's not yours.
Yeah.
It's different materials, it's different construction. Like even putting it under your chin, it's like doesn't feel right.
In the journal, what kind of person is his persona?
His persona is a very weird dude.
Lots of ravings.
A little bit of a conspiracy theorist. There's definitely a lot of sort of like shorthanded notes that you're not totally sure what they mean, but they talk about things like the bleed and the creatures that are connected to the bleed. So things
Is this a tome or a grocery list?
Found piece of equipment covered in bleed, eggs, milk, butter.
Ugh.
What are you all doing before bed?
He'll play a tune.
Okay. Make a control roll.
Oh.
See how well you do.
No. Oh no.
Do any of us have these like fabricated memories?
2.
It's okay. There's a lot of scritching as the bow kind of moves over the strings in that discordant, screechy.
He puts it immediately down.
Yeah. Rosira, to your question, yes and no. It's sort of like if you think too hard on it, it escapes you. But if you're just sort of existing, disassociating, you have this sort of thought process, but the second you focus on it, it's gone. So you feel like if you were not actively thinking, and you specifically, like, because you have this sort of broken down rifle right in front of you, if you are not actively thinking about what you are doing and existing in your space, in your time, you would essentially be living, going through the motions.
Sounds like something she'd be very good at doing normally. Just turn brain off, do things.
Athelstan would hate that. He would hate that. Athelstan has many mental disorders. Dissociative disorder is not one of them.
Isn't it, though?
It could be, but he's way too anxious about that for it to really control him. It's the paranoia.
Yeah.
Yep.
Are you doing anything else?
Words are hard.
Are you doing anything else, Athelstan?
I think before bed he'll take the cricky back downstairs so it can go back into the front garden.
Okay. You put the cricket in the front garden.
Yep, that's it.
Good job.
Little look around, then go back inside.
What are you looking for?
Pet.
I don't know. Just looking.
Okay, give me a survey.
One die, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, just making sure.
One?
Yep.
No, you don't see anything.
Yep.
That
He'll,
tracks.
You'll just like he watches the cricket very intently as it like scuttles back to wherever the fuck it wanted to be, and then he just like wipes the grass off his knees and goes inside.
Okay.
Doesn't notice it. Look at it. Did nothing. Nope. Not home.
All right. Breeze,
Well,
what are you
home,
doing?
But too home.
Yeah, sort of try out these different looking instruments, and beyond that, probably not much.
Okay, you can give me a control roll if you're trying to play them.
How do I have zero in control if I'm
Same.
bard?
Yep.
Because you've said music is not your main focus.
I know, but like I still have
doesn't mean you're not
plus
good.
8 in,
Yeah.
I still have +8 in performance.
I've only got so many pips that I can give
know.
you, okay?
I know.
You got 5?
5. Yes.
Okay. Yeah, you're able to kind of muddle through the different instruments. Like there's, a violin or a fiddle, panpipes, like a flute. You manage. Definitely feels different. And then you go to bed.
Sound good.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's passable. It's about standard for Breeze.
Athelstan will listen as he's going to bed.
Okay.
Doodly-doo.
Rosira, what are you doing?
Probably completely blanked out. Just typical Rosira.
Okay. So you kind of just... Ugh.
She's in a food coma.
And when you come back, the rifle is reassembled, but in that time, you have disassembled another weapon.
You just become Jane Cobb when you dissociate. He pulls a blanket off the wall. There's just guns everywhere.
Yep.
No, it's not Jane Cobb. More like Bert.
Bert Gummer. Do what you can with what you got, Bert Gummer.
What are you doing?
I am out of ammo.
She's gonna spend some time just like examining the bleed containment with her rings in it.
Okay. Are you looking for anything in particular?
I don't know that she's looking for anything. I think she's more just like thinking about like the things that those represent, and like her past self, I guess, and like examining the idea of like setting down that weight.
Divorce.
She's dead. It's fine.
All right. And what do you come to?
Probably the same thing that she came to a long time ago, that Rirka went where Kilai could not and would not go. And that was on her.
Mm-hmm.
And that in reality, it wasn't really a choice that Kilai made. It was a choice that she made.
Mm-hmm.
And that their chapter in her life is over. And the only thing that she wants is to get home to her son.
Okay.
Those rings don't mean anything to her anymore. That bond is broken.
me a focus roll.
Gonna use drive.
Do the thing.
A 5.
Okay. When Rarica went where Keli could not follow, Keli could have followed. But she didn't have to do the same thing that Rarica was doing. The putting down your weapons and walking away is noble. But because that happened, a lot of innocent people died. And while that was Rirka's decision to do those horrible things, it was Keli's decision not to try and stop her. So you may be done with the rings and Rirka, but they're not done with you.
Just sort of like turn it slowly. Like it's like a test tube, right? That they're in.
Yeah, a little
like
bit
a
bigger.
real big,
Mm,
like one of
yeah,
those really big science test tubes that you see. That's kind of like this
It's
big
a
around and like
beaker.
that big, that long.
yeah, it's a little bit. It's not like the skinny ones that you would use for. I don't even know, like a very small
Blood draws.
sample.
It's the bigger ones.
It's a jar.
Like it's
Yeah.
about an
Yeah.
inch-ish across.
Yep, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
It's a tube.
it is a tube, yes, but it's
Big
not
old
like
wiggling, flailing tube man.
it's not like a skinny tube that you would get like when you have shots at a strip club.
Okay.
I don't even know if they still do that anymore, but the last time I went, they had those.
That depends
I
on which
wouldn't
one
know.
you
I've
go
never
to.
been to one, so I wouldn't know. We've had this discussion before.
I know.
Anyways.
I'm being facetious.
She kind of like tilts it back and forth and just watches the rings move back and forth. And
Okay.
is the feather still burned?
Yeah.
Okay. She just kind of looks at it for a little bit and then like just holds it up in front of her face and just very quietly she says, "Come and find me if you're not done." And then sets it on the night table.
Okay. Last chance for anybody to do anything before they go to bed.
Nope.
Not really much more Razira could do.
Okay. You all go to sleep. And you don't dream. Some of you do dream as a normal rule, but when you wake in the morning, the absence of that dream state is almost uncomfortable. It's like instead of actually sleeping, actually resting, there was something that was there that was removed.
Time skip.
Yeah, we fast forwarded. Everybody went
hate
to
it.
bed, and then it was morning. We're on chapter 2 now.
Yay!
The cutscene played, but the disc glitched, so you didn't actually get to see it.
Aw, the cutscene. or we forgot to turn off that don't show armor in cutscenes, and we're still wearing that stupid hat that has really good stats, but it's really stupid looking hat. What are you wearing? This is my ass-kicking outfit, bitch!
And that's where we're going to end tonight's session, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Rude.
I think you found a lot of information, and it's stuff to dwell on while you figure out where you're going next. Yes, 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
We will not be here next week because I will not be in the country.
Yay!
You'll be in my country.
I'll be in your country.
She'll be in the Americans!
Invasion. Anyway.
Watch out for the balloons. The Canadian Goose balloon.
Don't forget to check out our friends over at Monument Studios. Join their Kickstarter. 5,000 audio files. How can you go wrong? All content creator friendly. And check out Canadian Dice at canadiandice.ca. Check out our Spooktober schedule if you still want to play. We need to know by noon on Saturday. Noon Eastern, I'm assuming. Yeah, noon Eastern.
Yes.
Okay.
This whole channel runs on Eastern time.
Well, yeah, I know, but you're not in Eastern time, so I wanted to double check.
My whole life runs on Eastern time anyways. It's fine.
Because we're all Eastern.
I very rarely deal with people who are in my own time zone.
That's fair. We're going to go raid Kobold Curios. They raided us last week, so we're going to repay the favor. They are Australian, I believe, or possibly New Zealand. I can't remember.
So it's tomorrow for them.
It is tomorrow for them. They are in the future.
It is quite in the future over there. It is like mid-morning, early afternoon.
But we will
zone they're in.
see you when we see you, and thanks for watching.